Good morning and welcome to a new week of the Every Bit Counts Challenge. Today it is a rainy, wet day outside, so I will not be going outside to harvest stuff out of the garden. But today I do have a bundle of extra bananas, and so I'm going to actually freeze dry these up for some snacks for later in the winter when the kids are doing schoolwork or need something added to their trail mix. This will be really good to mix in with that. And then whatever tray I don't have full, I have some more lemon balm that's growing outside in front of the porch. I'm gonna go out and grab that and fill a tray full of the lemon balm for tea this winter. So pretty simple preservation project for today. Be finishing up our school year, and then we'll be gone for my sister's wedding, and then when we get back from that, we'll be starting into the new school year. So it'll be nice. It's nice to have this simple project today. So we're gonna get started. What is that?
7 sixes and 6 sixes and 1 4 equals 40.
6 sixes is what?
36.
Okay, and then 36 plus 4 is?
40.
Yep, good job. Do you need a snack? Can you say please? You can have half of a banana. That's it. The rest Mommy's gonna use because I'm going to the grocery store today. And if they have more, I'll get more then. I love having a freeze dryer for this reason. I don't want to do a ton of baking. It's still getting pretty hot in the afternoons. So bananas going bad, I would normally do banana bread. But I don't want to heat up the house in the middle of the afternoon. So to be able to freeze dry these, I know it's going to heat up the house a little bit, but to be able to freeze dry these and then go get more bananas today on my grocery run, it works out really nicely. Good evening, everyone. So it is a quiet evening here at the house. The kids are in bed, and we have had the most beautiful fall weather today. I've literally been in a sweatshirt all day, and it's been glorious. So tonight on our Every Bit Counts challenge, I am actually going to be supporting the closest local farmer to me I know, which is my son. He's got some cucumbers that are about a week or so old. He's been selling them pretty regularly, but he had a couple customers that we couldn't meet this week, and so I have a handful from him that I'm actually going to take these and turn them into some pickles. Tim cannot do cucumbers, and so we're going to do pickles because we all love pickles and he can eat them as well. So we're gonna get these going for tonight's Every Bit Counts challenge. Can I just say something I love about this challenge is that it forces me to do a lot of things with fresh food, which duh, but my pigs eat so good. And there have been so much pig scraps. They are such happy little boogers. Oh, you're fine. I'm just cutting cucumbers and making you pickles. I'm gonna keep these here so I remember how many I need to pay him for. Last little friend. I love doing pickles with cucumbers that have kind of sat for a little bit because even if they lose some of their moisture or they're a little dried out, they pickle up still really easily. So I had already had some going, you can see here on the bottom, but this filled it up, and I used 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 cucumbers of my little boys. Make sure to set some money aside to support him on his cucumber growing efforts. I'm gonna get out my herbs and stuff and get the brine for these pickles going. And then that's gonna be our input on this week's Every Bit Counts challenge. All right, pickle recipe. I found this recipe online and just kind of tweaked it a little bit to our taste preference. All right. Salt. Decide how extra on the recipe we're going, because frankly I can't eyeball anything as far as measurements. So 1, looks like we're gonna do 3, but we'll find out after we add the water. Okay, so let's go ahead. All right, we have a gallon of pickles. So, thank you guys for joining me. We'll see you tomorrow.
He started. The drop off.
They big, DJ?
Huh?
Are they big?
Not quite. I just need to control my downhill drop. Mom, do you think that's a mate?
I don't know, maybe.
Do you think that's a mate?
Maybe, I don't know. It's cool. Good afternoon. Today is on our homestead 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, day 16 of the Every Bit Counts challenge. However, like a lot of this month, I did not get yesterday's done. So to make up for yesterday's, I had about 5 bell peppers that are sitting on the counter that I haven't been able to use up yet since I harvested them out of the garden. So I went ahead and sliced them up for fajitas or soup or whatever I need them for later this winter. And I'm just gonna throw these in the freezer. Super quick, super simple, but we got that day covered. Good afternoon. Welcome back to our Everyday Bit Counts challenge here at our homestead. Today is our homestead's 17th day, but it's actually gonna be 16th for us because I missed a day. Didn't quite get it made up yesterday like I had planned. So the kids and I went out and collected a handful of apples that had fallen on the floor, and I'm soaking them to get all the ants and caterpillars out of them. And then my plan is to make some crock pot apple butter, and then to keep the portions of them that are good, like not this portion, but keep the portions that are good and make a batch of apple cider vinegar. So that's what we're gonna get started with while the kids are doing schoolwork today.
Hey, Mommy.
Can I finish this apple? All right, so we've got some of them going. I'm gonna go ahead and get this starting just in the crock pot. That way I don't have to babysit it for a while. We'll stir it every now and again. I'm gonna throw some cinnamon in this, and then I probably will not sweeten it, but we'll wait till it cooks down a little bit, and if it feels like it needs some sweetener, we'll throw a little bit of honey or maple sugar or maple syrup in it. But for now, we're gonna throw some cinnamon sticks in it and let this cook all night. All right, so we are gonna wrap up this week's Every Bit Counts challenge. Honestly, at this point, I don't even know what technical day this is for us. This is the close of our third final full week. And so today I have a couple things I'm gonna do really, really fast, and which is why I'm doing them, because I need some quick things. My tomatoes have finally started turning, but they're split and they're kind of cut open and stuff, so I don't want to leave them sitting on the counter for very long because it's fruit fly season. And I have a couple in the garden that are going to be probably ready tomorrow, or Monday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dice these up, and since I don't have obviously enough for a canner, I'm going to throw them in a container, diced, and stick them in the freezer. That way it's quick and simple, but they're not going bad, and I'm not gathering fruit flies more than I already have going on in here. Also, I don't know if I showed you this or not, but I did get the first step of our scrap apple cider vinegar going. If any of you have tips, we have tried the cheesecloth with the coffee filter. I'm trying this cloth here to see if it'll keep the gnats out of it. It has so far, but again, it's only been sitting here about a day, and you can see that they're starting to accumulate around it. But if any of you have tips other than cheesecloth, which didn't work, coffee filter, which didn't work, we tried the cheesecloth with the coffee filter, and that didn't work. And so now we're trying the cotton cloth to see if that will help keep them out. But we're having issues with our kombucha as well as our cider vinegar, and even sometimes our sourdough. So any tips, let me know. But we got that done. I did also finally finish the apple butter, which we used in a meal for dinner yesterday and today. So I'm gonna get this stuff cooling, and we're just gonna throw that in the freezer as well. I know I'm really trying to stay away from putting a ton of stuff in the freezer as far as preservation, just so when we lose power this winter, I'm not trying to juggle a ton of freezers. But for the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and stick them in the freezer, and then if something comes up and I have time later on and batches that I can do, then we'll can them then. But we're gonna get these cut up, and then we're gonna do one more thing before we close this week out. I don't know if you agree, but for me, I think tomatoes start to feel kind of gross. Same thing with watermelon after they've sat in their juice for a day or two. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these diced for either a chili or something later. All right, so we got one full sour cream container. So I'm gonna label this and make the mental note on top of it that these are for like canning later. Because I don't know if you're like me, but I'll not write a complete purpose. Like I'll just write tomatoes, and then I'll be like, what are these tomatoes for? But I'm gonna make myself a mental note and then throw these in the freezer. Huh? Oh my, okay.
Hey DJ.
I am going to try freeze-dried milk for the first time to see.
Was this baby in the
Turns out.
hospital with the mommy that's in the hospital? It looks like it has some bandages on its head.
No, look at this when her head cracks.
For my next and final thing we're gonna do for the Every Bit Counts challenge this week is Gail's done really good at giving quite a bit of milk this week, so we're gonna freeze dry for the first time. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. It could turn out great, it could turn out really bad. But we're gonna try our hand at freeze drying a little bit of milk so that when we dry her off later this winter, that we'll have some powdered milk to rehydrate and reconstitute for like recipes and things like that. So we're gonna try it. I'm not gonna overload these trays again because I don't know how long this is gonna take. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it and we're gonna see. Pour and go.
Wow, it's good. It looks good. Can I have some?
No.
So why are we trying freeze-dried milk?
It's to make powdered milk for like.
That one is really bubbly.
I guess you could probably even put it like straight into coffee.
That one is really bubbly.
Yeah, if foam didn't.
What is the foam mean?
Bubbles. A little less than a gallon. So we're gonna throw this back in the fridge get these in the freeze dryer, and hopefully next week I will give you guys an update on how this went. But this is how we're going to close out the Every Bit Counts challenge. Thank you guys for joining us in this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Wild crocodile.